Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. So today's video I wanted to talk a little bit about sustainability and ways you can change things in your everyday life, whether that's taking reusable bags to the grocery store, swapping different products for things you normally use, just being more aware of really recycling, and then also switching out more environment-friendly products for what you're currently using. Just got done work at Frutta this morning. We worked actually at a CrossFit competition locally, serving up some bowls, me and my dad, so I'm still in the get-up. And it's really been something very important to me lately, just worrying about the planet and trying to do what we can. And I know it seems really small when you're making these changes. Like, that's how I felt at first. I'm like, you know, you go to the store and you see everyone using plastic bags and this and that, which is true, but the more we talk about it and the more we start to create these habits and we tell our friends, we tell our family, we put it out there on social media, these things are going to start to stick and people are going to start to care, especially because we only get one planet. This is what we have and we need to make sure we're taking care of it. Of course, nobody's perfect. I'm not. I still probably could make changes. I'm sure, you know, sometimes I forget a water bottle and I have to drink out of a plastic one. Like, things like that do happen. It's just, if you're making the effort majority of the time, that's what's really important. And some of these switches just are a matter of a couple of bucks and really just forming that habit. So you should care about the planet and taking care of it. I do. So really, I wanted to do this just because I hope to inspire or help one of you just make a small change in your everyday life. If you have any suggestions of things that you do, please let me know, or let anybody know in the comments below. I'm trying to change as many things as I can to be eco-friendly, so I'll always take suggestions. Alright, so let's get into the ways that I try to practice sustainability or be as eco-friendly as possible in almost our everyday life. So starting out with probably the biggest, but I think one of the easiest changes is not using plastic bags at the store when you're shopping. So let's just start with grocery shopping. This is an example of a bunch of the bags that we have and we take to the grocery store. Most of the time you can buy these bags at your local grocery store. We started just by getting a couple initially, and now we have too many. We have to go to the store, and I for some reason don't have any in my car, and Mark does the same thing. We buy a new one every time. I mean, they're like 99 cents usually, $1 or $2. To me, it's worth it, and that will also force you to learn the habit. So now that we've collected so many, we have enough where Mark keeps a couple in his car, I keep some in my car, we have some at home, and then between kind of that rotation, we're usually good to go. So we have a ton of these. We have other ones that are more like a canvas material. This one says Philly Philly. They also sell this at our local grocery store. We have a bunch of different ones that we've just really collected throughout the time that we've started doing this. Some from Giant, some from Quakertown Whole Foods. You can obviously order them anywhere. If you want nicer ones, you can order them from Amazon. It was just easy getting these from our local store, so we have a ton of these now. Also, if you're going out shopping, you can keep those in your car for going anywhere, obviously, but I bought maybe 2 of these, and so 2 of these from Target, and I have 1 or 2 from Home Goods that are really big, in case I know I'm going to Home Goods and I want to pick up some stuff. But this is the Target reusable bag. It's a different material. It's more like a cloth material, but I always try to keep one of these in my car because, you know, your girl likes to go to Target, so I try to make sure. I could use one of those too, of course, but this just, I usually roll it up and put it in my purse or in my bag and bring it with me. So I think that is one of the biggest changes you can make. Think about when you go to the grocery store, how many bags you take home every time. Oh, sorry, I'm sitting on my feet. Think about how many bags you take home every time, and that plastic, you're just throwing it out and it's going back into the universe, and we're just building all this plastic on top of each other. But yeah, that's a huge change. If you want to do one thing, honestly, just please start there. It's big. Okay, number 2 is going to still have to do with the grocery store. So I have a couple different ones, but obviously you go to the grocery store and you need your bags to carry your food home, but hopefully you're getting vegetables and fruits and potatoes and all that stuff. You usually take one of the plastic bags they have there and fill your whatever it is, broccoli, put it in there, all that stuff. That's another way that you're using plastic. So to eliminate that, you can get reusable produce bags. This is one of the bags we have. This was not budget friendly. This is from EcoBags, ecobags.com, but they were selling it at a local grocery store, and it's like a netted mesh bag. This one's a pretty good size. We got this one at first and just had used this a couple times, but we ended up needing more. So I actually went on Amazon, Max K. I don't know, you can just search reusable produce bags. So this is the smaller option. It's nice because it has a drawstring here, so then you can tighten it up once you've put your food in there and you can put it in your cart. They have big ones too. Obviously this is kind of like the medium size. And then this one is like the largest one. We just took our carrots out of this one, so it has like a little bit of dirt on it. I need to wash it. But these are awesome because you just tighten them up and they're ready to go. So I just throw these inside our actual big bags, and then we use these for our produce now, which is nice because you're not using plastic that way either. So that's number 3, still in the food department, is going to be if you are someone that's gone all day, you pack your food. Not everything may always go in like a meal prep container. You might have a snack or carrots or whatever that you want to go in a separate, almost like sandwich baggie. We truly haven't bought sandwich bags since we've moved in here just because we didn't really need them a ton, but there was always times where we're like, oh, we really need little baggies, and we just never had them. So recently I picked up a couple options. The first type of bags I grabbed were from Target. I showed in my last Target haul. They're called Full Circle. That's the brand. They're from Target. So they're just these Ziploc bags here. Reusable, obviously. 2 reusable, food-safe, BPA-free storage bags. Leak-proof, airtight, lock, seal design. Stores flat for easy packaging and storage. So it's 2 8x8, fits 3.5 cups. These are earth-friendly, non-toxic, yada yada yada. The second kind I have, this is a really popular brand. This one is blue, but I don't really know if you can see, but it says Stasher in the lower corner. But they have, I think, a bunch of different colors. They sell this at Kimberton Whole Foods, which is one of like our local grocery stores. I feel like I always talk about it, but if you don't know what it is, you can obviously order them online. These are nice too, very durable and sturdy. You can fit a lot in here, so yeah. Reusable bags for any of your food. Okay, number 4 is a huge one too. So I was guilty of this for a long time. I love Starbucks. I love coffee. For a while, I always was using plastic straws because it just is really just something I should have been thinking about, but I wasn't. And now I'm like ride or die with my metal and glass straws. So what I did was, I have always had a bunch for at home. I had a set of glass and a set of metal. And then I was always using them at home, but then, you know, sometimes I'd be out and I'm like, great, I got Starbucks and now I don't have a straw, so I'd have to use a plastic straw. So what I did was I went on Amazon, good old Amazon, and this is called Straw Expert. I don't know if that's the actual name of the brand, but this came with some straws too. I needed more anyway. I wanted to have a bunch so I would never worry about running out, because what I do now is I keep this in my bag, generally my gym bag, because during the week, that's what I'm always taking with me everywhere. If it's the weekend, I can throw this in my purse too. I have done that. But in here, all that I have left are 3 right now. I restocked it yesterday actually, but I used one today and I gave one to my dad to use today. But, so I keep this bag with me. You can order something like this just so it can sit in your bag, and obviously the straws aren't free, like getting dirty from all your other stuff. I have a couple more over here. I have 3 different types. So I have about 4 or 5 glass ones that look like this. They're a little bit thicker. Another brand of metal straws. This is Yukon Serve. I don't know if you can see that. So these ones are also metal. They're straight. They kind of look just like this. Then I ordered a bunch. This was the brand actually that came with the bag. It's these thinner ones, and there is a huge variation of, like, I seriously feel like I got 20 straws or something crazy in that package, and it was pretty cheap. I want to say like 13 bucks, 15 bucks. I got a ton, and they're so nice because they range in size. So you know how sometimes like our coffee that comes from Frutta is in like a 16-ounce cup, so it's not very tall, so I can use this one. If you go to Starbucks and you get a venti, you might need this guy, which is a lot taller. So there's short and tall, and there's also straight and bent, so you can get some like this, and you can get some like this. So now I am good. I have plenty of straws. Next item is a household item. This is like kind of creepy. I really shouldn't be showing you my toothbrush because it's not very clean, but is anybody's. Mark's is kind of clean, and mine has like toothpaste all over it. That just shows you about my personality and his. But switching to a bamboo toothbrush is just, obviously when you go to change out your toothbrush, you're putting it in the trash. So you can recycle these, I believe. It's bamboo, better than plastic. And yeah, so we grabbed these a couple weeks ago at the grocery store actually. Looks like this. By the way, if you want to know the brand, this is Woo Bamboo. Woo Bamboo for the toothbrush. Another kind of like self-care item, I guess, if you will. This is more for the ladies. Unless you're a dude and you have long hair, props to you. But this is the wet brush. It's a green one. So this brush, I wanted to make sure I was saying everything correctly, so I wanted to quick pull it up because I don't have the packaging anymore. This is a revolutionary eco-friendly brush that glides through your hair. It's really good for detangling. So what it says is, when you are ready to replace your Go Green Detangler, that's the name of this brush, dispose of it in the trash and it will naturally break down in a landfill within 5 years. So compared to something that's just sitting there never breaking down, all this crazy plastic we have. I don't think Mark did this intentionally, but he bought me this brush. I mean, I'm sure he did that intentionally, but it ended up being my favorite brush for the detangling purposes and because it's good for the planet. So I was hyped when I saw that, and it's really cool just reading that anything like that can make a difference. It doesn't feel like it does because, like, oh, it's just one brush you're throwing away. But imagine if so many people made that change, really. So yeah, that's just a quick thing that you can switch over to. This is the best brush ever. You can kind of see how it's curved. So when you're brushing your hair, the curve like goes against your head. I'm not even lying. If you try this brush, you will never go back to something else. Okay, 2 more things. One for the kitchen is we don't really use napkins a ton, mainly because when we moved in, we never got a napkin holder. That sounds dumb, but we didn't just want to flop them out on the counter. We do sometimes. Well, did. I actually just got these recently. This is something I saw somebody else post about, and I was like, you know what? I should do that too. So when I was at Target, they had this color on sale for like $5 for the pack, and all the other colors were like double that, and I'm like, this is cute. Why would I not get it? It's these napkins from Chip and Joanna's brand, Home and Hearth. Is that the name? I'm forgetting. But they're cute. It just has like a fringe detail on the outside, and it's just a napkin, but it's reusable, and you wash them instead of using, you know, paper napkins all the time. So kitchen napkins. And the very last thing, this is something new in my collection as well, but really such a smart idea. This also just depends on the person. If you ever use like a cotton pad or maybe cotton balls, you can switch to this too. I use cotton pads every morning pretty much because I wash my face and do my whole skincare at night. Then in the morning, I'll do either like a micellar water or a toner to just kind of clear my face and clean it before the day, but not fully wash it. So I usually have to use a cotton pad for that because I just pour some of the product out and I go over my entire face. Oh my gosh, my camera shut off, so I don't even know what I said now, but basically these are the reusable cotton pads, and now I'm using these instead of the throwaway ones. I have a few of those left, and then I'm going to switch to these. So it looks like this. It's cloth, but you see these are just like a little like towel almost, but softer. And it'll do the same exact thing. So there's about 15 to 20 in here. This is the bag that you can wash them in so they don't all go crazy and get lost. You just tighten it up like this. But this is a really good option if you use cotton pads. You can do something like this. The last thing I would say, I don't have my lid right now here, but find some good reusable water bottles. Yeti is a great brand. There's other ones, of course, that don't have to be Yeti. There's probably cheaper options too. But now that I've had a couple of these in my collection, I would still like to add a couple more because I find myself in a pinch sometimes. I'm bad. I leave them in my car. I leave them at the gym. I leave them at work. Ask my family and friends. They're always everywhere. So I need to get a couple more to make sure I don't run out. But yeah, those are my suggestions. Let's take care of the planet. Pick a couple things you want to start doing. Write it down. Order them on Amazon. Go to the store. Stop using plastic bags when you go grocery shopping. Let me know if you're going to try any of these things or if you already do them. Also, make sure you subscribe, hit that button down below. I'm almost to 10,000. It would be really cool if we could get there. And also hit the post notification bell if you want to get an email or a notification when I upload a video. I hope you guys can find something to use in your everyday routines and make a little change to help the planet. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!